Hey class, welcome. Happy Monday. This is our science and social studies video for today. We're going to be going over the scientific method today. This is more of just an intro of what we're going to be talking about later on when we look at our science experiment. Now this is going to look a little bit different since we're not going to be in the classroom and it'll be online instead, but we'll talk about that as we keep going throughout each step, okay? So right now, these are just the 7 steps, and all you have to do today is write down the 7 steps and then a brief description of each, which I'm going to talk about in this video. So the first step is to form a question. Whatever it is that your question is, so for instance, my question in this example is going to be, I wonder if water boils faster or milk boils faster. So that's just going to be my question that I form. And that's what you really have to start with before you can start any experiment. You have to have a question that you're answering, okay? The second step is to do any research that you can on it. You can look in books, you can look online, any research about the topic that you can do beforehand that may help you out. The third step is to form a hypothesis, a theory. So this is a statement, not a question, it's a statement. So for instance, my hypothesis would be, I think that milk is going to boil more quickly than water. I think it's going to boil faster than water will. And that's my hypothesis, that's my theory. So then you're doing, the fourth step is the experiment. This isn't actually doing the experiment, it is setting up your experiment. You're designing it and writing down that design and writing down step by step what you'll need to do. Okay, so for this one, I could say I would need, I would need 2 pots, I would need some milk, I would need some water. I would set my parameters, so we'll say 4 cups of each. And you're talking about which variables are not changing. So I'm not changing the amount of water or the amount of milk, but I am going to be changing the amount, the temperature that's there. So then I would also need a thermometer to keep track of that, and then that whatever else that I would need, okay? The fifth step is to actually do your experiment, to test your hypothesis, to test your experiment. Okay, so this means I've written down each of the steps, so now I set up my space for my experiment and I actually do the experiment. So I'm going to put my 4 cups of water, my 4 cups of milk on burners, I'm going to put my thermometers there, and I'm going to see which one boils more quickly. I personally will also note what temperature they boil at, but I am looking at which one boils more quickly. If they start at the same temperature, which one's going to boil more quickly. Okay, so after I do that, and I may want to do it more than once just to make sure my findings are accurate, the 6th step is to draw your conclusion. So obviously, whichever one boiled faster, that's my conclusion, but you still have to write it out. You'd be like, after watching this and this and this, I observed that this is what boiled more quickly. So let's just say I was right. Milk boils more quickly. And I would say, I observed that milk boiled more quickly when they were at the same temperature, and it boils at a lower temperature, or whatever else I would want to include in that. And then finally, my 7th step is to just report my findings. So I put all of my other 6 steps into a report, and I can share that with people then, okay? So all you're doing is writing down these steps, writing a brief description, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thanks.